Hey guys, it's Isaac DVD Reviews here and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about disruptive moviegoers in the cinema, and I'm going to be discussing some other things about the cinema I think too. I might do, I might not, it depends how this video goes. Anyway, I know that in my 32-second introduction video that I said that I wasn't going to be doing this. I just said I was going to be doing like DVD unboxings and DVD reviews, but this is something different that I wanted to do. And yeah, so I wanted to say that all disruptive moviegoers should go to hell, they should burn in hell, they should rot in hell, whatever. They're just idiots, like, they completely ruined your movie. Like, when you're trying to watch the film, and you get this. Oh! Oh, alright then. Oh, come on, don't go in there. Oh no! Why are you doing that, Jude? Jude, what the hell? Why are you doing that? Man, come on! It's not very good when you get that in the cinema, when you're trying to watch the film. And yeah, that's what I'm going to be talking about for pretty much this whole video. So yeah. Now, the first experience I would like to talk to you about is, I think it was, this isn't actually like a disruptive experience, because I'll be getting onto them after this, I think. But yeah, so I went to watch the film Zombieland 2 Double Tap, which is a sequel to 2009's hit Zombieland. And yeah, it did worry me a bit at the start. You know, I was about to go in, we were waiting for the screen to be cleaned up. We were sat near these teenagers, and they seemed kind of like disruptive audience members. They really did. Like, it was the conversation, what they were talking about. One of the things I heard them say was like, wondering why they'd been kicked out for something. They were like, kicked out for throwing popcorn. And I was like, yeah, kicked out for throwing popcorn, you were probably throwing it too much, bro. And that worried me that we were going to have a bad experience if they were going to see Zombieland 2 as well. But surprisingly, I think it was these exact same people who then came into Zombieland 2 and sat right next to me, this big group of teenagers. I think it was a couple of girls, a few boys. And yeah, so basically what they were doing was, the boys were like, they came and sat next to us, me and my dad. But the weird thing was, they were silent the whole damn movie. Like, they were really, really, really quiet. They didn't cause any disruption. The tiniest disruption, I must tell you, the tiniest disruption is that a girl's phone kept coming on and she should have turned it around. But that was it! That was all that happened. They were not disruptive people. I mean, there's hope. There's hope for mankind, okay? Because, like, I thought they were going to be really noisy and talking like, oh no, that zombie's going to eat that guy. Oh no, 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 no. Ah, oh no, oh no. No, 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 no. And then doing what they said that they'd been kicked out previously for, and throwing popcorn. But luckily no, they just shut up the whole movie. It was brilliant. But the thing was, after the end credits of Zombieland 2, like, after the credits had finished, after the last title had rolled, after the post-credit scene, the second post-credit scene I think it was, because that was the last one, where it was like the Garfield movie that wasn't made, and it was like a premiere for it, and then they all got eaten by zombies, and it's a really cool credit scene. After that had gone, and basically the screen was completely black, then I saw something kind of embarrassing. I saw there was a blonde girl. I think she was reminiscent in the slightest of, I was gonna say Jerry Halliwell out of Spice Girls, but anyway. Yeah, but this blonde woman, she kinda got on this man's legs and started kissing him. And this is because she probably thought, oh, everyone's gone, me and my boyfriend are gonna have some sex. That's probably what she thought, right? But she didn't know that me and my dad were there. I'm sure she didn't. Or maybe she just did it just because maybe she just couldn't resist giving her boyfriend a kiss and getting on top of his legs. Because that's what she did, kind of. I think she got on top of his legs. I can't remember. It might be just me. Or maybe she just kind of got close to him while kissing him. Kind of close on the seat next to each other. I don't know. Anyway, after the kiss, we walked down the stairs. It was funny because the woman herself knew that I was embarrassed, and I was like, do you really need to do that? And she kind of just left, just looking at me, just like this. And yeah, so it's kind of like, I know you're embarrassed, come on, admit it, something like that face. I don't know what it is. Anyway, yeah. It was kind of funny how she gave me that really weird smile and and she looked at me. Anyway, yeah. It was because she was finding it funny herself how I was embarrassed. But yeah, there was no disruptions in Zombieland 2. Everything was done perfect. And yeah. So another experience which was quite good, ruined by somebody who was actually with me, if you know what I mean. Right. About a month ago, I went to watch Maleficent, Mistress of Evil with my dad and my Auntie Rachel, who had flown over from Israel, and I was spending a day with them. And so yeah, I did my weekly trip with Dad to the cinema, like I always do. Today I'm going to see Jojo Rabbit. After this video, I might actually give you like an update of what went on at Jojo Rabbit. If anything actually happened, I might review it. Anyway, yeah. So I went to watch Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. We went in the cinema, we sat down. Funny thing was, when we actually entered the screen, we went in and there was nobody there. It was just like me, my dad and Auntie Rachel. And this continued through all the advertisements and most of the trailers leading up to, I think it was the trailer for Guy Ritchie's The Gentleman. And then somebody came in. And yeah, not like it was a bad thing. I was just like ready to have the cinema empty and to ourselves. But no, it wasn't a bad thing at all. There was just a couple of people. I think there was 3-4 of us. I think it was a guy on his own, another dude on his own, and a mother and her really mature daughter, who was like 6 years old, but I did not hear a peep out of her. It was amazing. And yeah, it was cool. I got to enjoy the film in peace, apart from a few things that happened with, you guessed it, my Auntie Rachel. Now, she had a phone. Funny thing was, what did she do? What did it do, the phone? It started ringing and she was like, oh, sorry, and she was trying to turn it off. And she turned it off, and then about a minute later it did it again. So yeah, that was like, her phone went off twice. And yeah, there's this ending scene where I think it's Aurora and Prince Charming when they're getting married. And the scene where they kiss was hilarious. I've been going on to people about that story for quite some time. And it's funny because what she did in this scene where Aurora and, I think it was Prince Charming who she was getting married to in the film, but Aurora and him kissed. And guess what she did? She just looked at the screen and she was like, "Ugh!" And she turned to me and she went, "They are kissing!" Like, why did you have to shout they are kissing in the cinema? Like, it's just crazy and weird. It's kind of like the time when I went to see The Darkest Minds and there was some people sat, like, I think there was one seat next to us that was empty, but then there was like 2 or 3 people sat next to that empty seat. And I think it's the 2 characters, Ruby and Liam, in the film, The Darkest Minds. The scene where they're about to kiss in the field. I got this, ooh, kiss, 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 kiss. And it's like that. Like, I mean, when I'm like home entertainment, sometimes I'm a little bit about the kissing, but at least I don't really say much out loud and stuff. And yeah, but Auntie Rachel's they are kissing was just a bit too much. I have to admit, she was a little bit of a disruptive moviegoer. But anyway, yeah. Usually it's just me and my dad who go to the cinema, but Auntie Rachel had flown over from Israel, so yeah, we spent the day with her. And this, my friends, is the point I deeply regret. This is where it gets from kinda good movie experiences to bad movie experiences. Please help me. I do not like talking about this experience that I'm about to talk to you guys about. But I want to please you guys, so I guess I'll do it anyway. This is the worst experience I've ever had. It's awful. It was horrible. And still, I want to have a good... If I ever saw these people who disrupted in the movie again, I really want to have a good talk with them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, October, I think it was, around that time, I went to the Odeon Thought Park to see Gemini Man. I saw it on HFR 3D Dolby Cinema, which was really good format and stuff. And yeah, I hate to say this, but we were in the movie, there wasn't many people there, there was a nice guy sat near us and that was it, and a couple of other people walked in through the trailers. And yeah, the movie started and everything was fine. Like, I was like kind of amazed at the HFR 3D on the screen. And yeah, it was really good. I have to say I really enjoyed it. Anyway, so I went to the cinema to watch... Oh, I've said that, haven't I? I've said that. Sorry, guys. So yeah, I was just watching the film and the HFR 3D was cool. And 10-15 minutes into the movie, this group of girls walk in, about 12 years old, stuff like that. I think it's about 4 of them. There's like 2 or 3 of them who are complete idiots, and there's one of them who, I don't know, maybe she was kind of more mature. But anyway, I could tell it was a bad sign as they walked into the cinema. They're climbing up the stairs. like this. And they go sit down, start watching the movie like this. And then an action scene comes on. It's where I don't really know exactly what happened, but I remember a guy threw another guy down onto a platform like that, like they're doing an action movie, and the guy landed in the water or something, and he went under. I can't remember exactly what happened, but all I remember is this. The action started. What did I get? Like, yeah. When it started and they were shooting the guns and he was pinning him down onto the platform, whatever he was doing, the girls were like this. And then, yeah, so it was crazy. Like, they were literally screaming at nothing. It was action. That's what action is, and if you can't go with it, then don't go to an action movie. You pussies. So yeah, as I just said, if you can't handle action, don't go to an action movie, because those girls were just screaming at the screen when the people started going. There was no need for that. So I went, shut up, to them. Because I wanted them to stop screaming at the action like it was some sort of terrifying horror movie. Like, they were literally being sucked into the horror movie. And yeah, it was crazy. They were just like, why do you have to do that? Why are you so scared of action? I really want to know. So, I think these girls will listen to me. There's little bits of action go on. There's not much. I don't hear much from them. So yeah, I think they heard me tell him to shut up. But then, what did I do? More action comes eventually. About half an hour later, start doing it again. Yeah, just start doing it again, why don't you? Start doing it again! Start screaming at nothing because you're a bunch of scared little... I'll end it there. My dad thinks I'm doing something nuts. I'm not. I'm trying to symbolise, like, how these girls were behaving. And how they're scared at absolutely nothing. It was nothing. It was a bit of action. Deal with it. And yeah, so we continued the screaming going. Action stops, action starts again. It was just stupid. Like, I kept telling her to shut up multiple times. Every damn time this was. I told them to shut up. But they didn't listen. Which is what makes me angry. They were ignoring everybody who told them to shut up. I told them to do it multiple times, and even this guy sat near us, as I told you about earlier, sometimes went, oh, shut up. Something like that. I don't know what he said. But yeah, they would not shut up. I mean, you don't come to a cinema just to scream. just to talk, just to go. You come to a cinema to watch the movie like this. Eating your popcorn like. That's what you should be doing at the cinema, not. I mean, like, this was almost every time there was an action scene in Gemini Man, this is what they did. It was just so stupid. I will never forget this experience. Anyway, some point into the movie, the girls all go running down the stairs. I'll go walking down the stairs like this. And then I see them just go out the cinema like this. And me being me, I thought, is this real? Could they be possibly going out of the cinema? No. Because less than 10 minutes later, they come back in. Like this. We're such stupid girls. We don't know how to be quiet in the cinema. We can't just shut up and watch the movie. We've got to make noise like screaming. And yeah, we can talk. Go, all we want, because we're annoying girls. And we don't care about other people who just want to watch the movie. So yeah, they come back in, sit back down on the chairs, and action starts again. What? That's not what you do in a cinema. You come there to shut up and enjoy the movie. Not scream every time there's a bit of violence on screen. It's so stupid. And at one point, a blonde woman, sat in the middle, I think with a couple of scenes. She just walks out. And she must have gone and complained, because then there's ushers standing near us. So yeah, the ushers stand near us. And then what do I start hearing again, like 15 minutes later? And what do? I look to my left. The ushers have gone. And I'm like, no, there's no hope for mankind. There's no hope for mankind. No. No, we're gonna ruin my movie. I came here to watch this movie. My dad paid like £20. Please go back and kick these girls out of the theatre. So yeah, like that's kind of how I felt. And the girl off the stove going at nothing. And there's big fight scenes near the end. This one point, I can't remember what happens. I cannot remember which I cannot remember which scene it was in the film. But one point, I think a character was like, it was like suspense rising. There was not much sound. The guy was pointing the gun, waiting to assassinate his target. Something like that, or something happened. I can't remember. Anyway, what did one of these girls shout out? I'm scared! Like that. Just like that. If I do a better impression. I'm scared! Kind of like that. And guess what I shout back? Shut up! Nobody cares. Because nobody did care. Nobody gave a single F that they were scared of nothing. The girls were just sitting there, looking, ignoring everyone who told them to shut up. Even though that was only me and that guy once. But still, just ignoring and still going, it's just ridiculous. Like, some people have no respect for anyone else. I think they were rough and common, and they probably thought they were watching a horror film. They probably thought an action film is a horror film to them because it's explosions and guns. That's not how you behave in the cinema. Look at yourselves, bro. If I ever came face to face with anyone who I just saw, like if I was at a park and I saw somebody who looked like those girls, and it was around the Fort Park area, I would start off with a hello, who are you, and then I would ask the big question, and if they said yeah, we did that, and then I would have to explain it to them. I would have to say, you ruined my experience, please don't do that again. That's not how you behave at a cinema. Please stop screaming at action and stop acting like idiots just for the sake of it, just because you're scared of absolutely nothing. And yeah, so yeah, that was the worst experience ever. And yeah, like the ending action scenes, the girls were still like well, they didn't exactly do that noise that I just made, but they went and that was all through the action scenes right up until the end, when I think it's Will Smith's son. Well, not the son, but the person who looks like him, the person who was him. I think he's going off to college or something. And yeah. And like, why would you ruin my movie by just constantly screaming at all the action? Because I certainly don't know that, guys. Anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much this video wrapped up. This was kind of about good movie experiences and then the big bad movie experience that I had. So yeah. So if you guys from Gemini Man are watching, if you girls from Gemini Man are watching, then come to the Odeon Fort Park again. We need to talk, bro. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in another video. And yeah, so I'll be doing like more movie content and stuff. I'm not just going to be doing DVD reviews and unboxings, unlike I said in my introduction video. So that's why this is kind of an important video, so you know the future of my channel and what's to come. Anyway, yeah. So, see you later, guys. Bye.